Good morning. Happy Monday, fellow subscribers, men, women alike. Anybody passing through. I had a topic today that is a more serious one. Has been on my mind. Excuse me. And I like to title it um, define define one's age of innocence. And what I mean by that is this is going to actually be talking about sexual abuse. And, I have um, I have some friends that, their families, they take care of state kids. And a lot, come in the home. And, for the most part, they're all good kids, all beautiful kids. So unfortunate that they don't have somebody. Um, yeah, sorry, this is kind of a tough topic for me, but, they don't have somebody that cares for them. And, they're left at the disposal of others that aren't theirs. And then the kid, a lot come out great. I've seen a few that have been quite successful, and then obviously a lot go down, wrong roads many a times. And there was a situation. The little girl was, I think, 4, and there was an issue where the mother was, something happened where the kid was taken away. Then there could have been sexual abuse by the father. And, she's a, very beautiful, 4-year-old child. And, to hear something like that, personally, I'd like to, if I ever saw that father, he'd be in the hospital, whether it's not my child or not. I'll do the week or 2 in jail and, dismantle his face. And hospitalize him for a few days, most definitely, if I ever ran into a scumbag like that. I'm sorry. I have no tolerance for a pedophile, for a child molester. I believe that their sentences are nothing. I believe that they get protective custody when they should just get thrown to the wolves. My personal thing, you don't even want to know what I think they should do to child molesters, and it should be done publicly so the whole United States can view it, and then it can be, streamed to the rest of the world, and they can physically take the parts off with a knife while the guy's alive, chained up. And I think that should be viewed, and I think that should be shown, because there's too many of that molestation. Too many kids get taken advantage of. The age of their innocence, their growing, their being, their wonderfulness, And then you have some sick guy or some sick mother or whoever, and you lay hands upon that child, that young boy, girl, and I don't understand how that's even possible. When you've raised a child and you've seen the age of innocence, and you've seen, you understand how, they don't know any better about anything, and they're subject to your suggestion and your doing, and it's so easy. You look at the situation, you hear situations, and you say, wow, I can understand how some sick whack could easily, do something like that. Because the child you're raising, you're teaching morale. They have their trust in you, when they're 1, 2, 3, 4 even. They don't know any better. And it's just so sick what goes on, So I had spent some time with this child, over the weekend, and like I said, she's a beautiful girl. I couldn't understand how I felt so bad knowing that, she's in care, in good care, but she's not in her parental care where she should be. And that's going to have an effect on her. And if there was abuse there, it's going to have more of an effect on her. The innocence is gone. You took her innocence. You raped it from her. She can't go back to that. She can't. And that sucks. That sucks. I'll be honest. That sucks. Because she'll always know that, that happened. And it sucks. And it will bring a tear to my eye like it's doing right now, thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a few days, and, I just don't understand how, how somebody would do that. And her caretakers were here. We were all, together. We were all, we actually went to a hibachi buffet. We had a great time, and, I'm just, just seeing everybody interact. And, I'm just looking at this beautiful being. And then I find out later, I didn't know at the time, and then I find out the next day that, that there could have been these issues there. And it just struck me, I grew up, I wasn't abused like that, but I was more mentally abused in the sense that, I have a lot of, I had a lot of OCD problems, really bad OCD, a lot of bad hand washing. When I was in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, my hands up to my wrists were cracked, chapped, bleeding. I had to lotion my hands, 10 times a day as a kid. Yeah, I had delusional thinking. I thought I did things that I didn't do, but I knew that I did. It was just very rough for me in childhood. And luckily, my parents were good. They did listen. They did help me to the best of their ability. I went through, tons of psychologists and psychiatrists whatsoever. And a few helped, most didn't. They tried me on medications, but of course, it's, you put a kid that's young, 6th grade, they put me on Zoloft. Matter of fact, let's go back to, this is like 1989. So I had to be in like 3rd grade, and they put me on an Afrinil. And they thought I had to rush me to the hospital. Luckily, they didn't. And then 6th grade was Zoloft and more side effects. And that age, you don't understand. You can't comprehend a medicine going in your body, especially like that. And a lot of those SSRIs are you're going to feel an effect. You're going to feel a side effect, whether it be light sensitivity, whether it be loss of appetite, whether it be shakiness, etc. You're going to feel that. So, and then as I got older, through different jobs, schools, and this and that, I kind of acted out. I kind of, I wasn't the best employee. I wasn't I was a good student, but I did act out because I had so many obsessions that when I acted out, I forgot. And then I would get in trouble, and I would go home, and, it'd be all my fault. And, I'd get grounded all the time. And, then my mother used to tell me all the time that, I'm no good. I'm, possessed. I'm evil. I'm this. I'm that. So, it was a lot of mental stuff, and I already didn't have the confidence. I was already picked on from age 5 all the way up. So since, I didn't have that confidence, then getting talked down to, just shattered more of the confidence. So that's why I like to help. And, I get pissed off, on hearing these things, and, it self-reflects to myself in the sense that, I didn't go through that, but I also went through some mental abuse, and then through past relationships and stuff, there were some issues of just, just a messed up relationship type of situation. So I haven't had the best of luck all around, with positivity through peers and through people that I've met and women that I've dated, etc. So, I just sit and my heart goes out to anybody that suffers from any disease, any cancer, anybody that gets molested, anybody that gets in an accident, anybody that's suffering, anybody that's hurting, anybody that's in pain. My heart goes out to them. Him, her, doesn't matter. And, that has a lot to do with what I went through as a kid. And that's why I'm always willing and wanting to help somebody and willing and wanting to push that positive on them and say the nice things to them and, let them know that, they're good, like I said in yesterday's video. And that's a lot of the reason why, I try to do what I do. I try to bring people in, off YouTube. I'd like to allow them to, see what I have, to maybe they can gain something out of the knowledge that I'm giving. And, that's that's all I wanted to say. I just, like I said, I'm up between 2 and 3 a.m. I work out between an hour to 2 hours in the bracket. By 4:30, 5-ish, I'm finished. And I shower and I get ready for the day. And then I usually sit around a lot, think. And I just figured I'd make a video on the loss of defying one's age of innocence, stealing, raping one of their age of innocence where they'll never get back. A little more history on myself of why I care so much about these sick issues that these individuals do. And, I just wanted to share that with you guys and gals, and so you know a little bit more about, I guess, how I feel inside, about how my compassion is, about how I try to be the best man and, the best mentor and just be the best person that I can be for any individual that I come across or any individual that I want to help or that needs my help. And I just want to be there because, not many people were there for me in my life. I'll tell you that. And if they were there with stipulations, and they were there with, well, you make your choice. If you want to leave the home and things happen to you and your car breaks down and you need help, well, you're going to have a hard time getting it. But if you stay home captive, you'll have no problem. So, there's just a whole bunch of different things that go through my cerebrum, cranium, brain, whatever. And I just wanted to get that out because it did help, and, to at least be able to share some of that emotion of just not understanding, how a parent could do that, or not understanding how a parent couldn't want their child, or, has a child and then isn't good. So then why don't you just give that child up? There's so many men and women that are married, not married. There's so many people that want children that can't have children, that pray every day to be able to conceive a beautiful baby girl, baby boy, maybe even twins, maybe even more. And they can't. And then I hear these stories about all these scumbags having children and ruining them. And it makes me so angry that I can't do anything about it, I can work out, I can think about it, I can be angry about it, but at least I can get it out. And I appreciate that. So, have a blessed Monday. For those, God bless you. For those that now I'm really drawing a blank. God bless. Universally bless if you don't believe in God. If you don't believe in anything, goodness to you all. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And much respect to everybody out there. And thank you again, new subscribers, old subscribers. Thank you for listening too. And thank you for the support. and I'll be back soon. Thank you all.